Morning. Guns stolen from the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office hitting the streets, being used to endanger our community and law enforcement. The Maricopa County Sheriff's Office is now condemning these new findings.
Team 12's Jen Wall joins us live this morning. Jen, what is MCSO doing to keep these weapons off the streets so another incident like this doesn't happen?
Yeah, good morning to you both. So this morning, Sheriff Paul Penzone says this cannot happen anymore. It's scary to think that guns used in a deadly shootout on a busy valley freeway were stolen from the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office. This morning, Sheriff Penzone says the guns that were used in that gun battle that shut down I-17 in South Phoenix for hours earlier this week were stolen from MCSO's office between 2010 and 2015. That is when Sheriff Joe Arpaio was still in office. Now, in 2014 and 2015, the Firearms Division conducted an audit to account for all of the weapons MCSO had at the time. That report showed that there were 29 missing guns. Now, as part of that audit, Penzone says that after he took office as sheriff in 2017, he sent a report to the ATF listing 29 weapons believed stolen from the office, last known to be in MCSO possession between 2010 and 2015. Now, these most recent stolen weapons were found in the suspect's pickup truck. Penzone says Arnaldo Caraveo had a fully automatic weapon and a long rifle in his vehicle, both pool weapons, meaning many people had access to them.
Unfortunately, there are times when we see that law enforcement professionals leave their firearms in cars or in places where they're stolen, and we know that is unacceptable. They are disciplined and suspended when that occurs. But for an organization to have such a lack of discipline in accounting for their own firearms is unacceptable.
So this morning, Penzone says MCSO no longer allows for pool weapons. That means each weapon is now assigned to an individual deputy. From now, live in Phoenix, Jen Wall, Today in AZ.
All right, Jen, hopefully that makes a difference. Still ahead on Today in AZ.